And welcome back to the drivers room. We're in the Sunday League today, season 2 of 2020, round 2 tier 1, racing at Alsace in a one mate race in the Peugeot VGT Group 3s. Grid walk today. On pole we have Mungino, softs on the front, super softs on the back. Slow start to the season by his standards, finishing 10th last round. Back on form today, sticking it on pole. In second place we have Martin B, starting on the super softs. Impressive drive through the field last round, finishing second. Just to see how he gets on with a good quality today, starting from second. In third place we have Drsl, starting on super softs. Final podium spot last round, then a clean race bonus. Be looking to push on from there and fight for a race win today, I'd imagine. In fourth place we have Alex, reigning tier 1 Drsl champion. Fourth place quality today, picked up the race win last round, so for starting this season there he finished off, but off form today, a little bit under the weather, so he gets on from fourth. Fifth place we've got myself, DJ Rice, starting on the super softs, finished 6th last round, bit of an untidy race, trying to keep my nose out of trouble, maybe fight for a podium today, see how we do. In 6th place we have Muller, starting on the super softs, just inside the top 5 last round. No doubt another driver looking to push on from there, fighting for podiums and race wins this season. In 7th place we have Flyzo, starting on the super softs. This is his first appearance in the Drsl this season. Pretty good quality starting from 7th, we'll see how he gets on from the midfield. In 8th place we have Wilco, starting on the super softs, finished 9th last round. Again, imagine he'll be looking to push on from that. Consistent top 5s at least this season. In 9th place we have Kamaru, starting on the super softs, first appearance this season in the Drsl, but this driver's room front runner, see how he gets on. He's got a lot to do starting from 9th today. In 10th we've got MJR Mercer, starting on the super softs, 8th place finish last round for Mercer, struggling a little bit like a few drivers this weekend at Alsace. In 11th place we have Bullet, starting on the softs, a solid 4th place finish last round for Bullet. Another driver though struggling for pace at this track this weekend. 12th place we have Ferdek, starting on the super softs, DNF last round for Ferdek after starting on pole. He's getting caught up in a few incidents, see if he can keep his nose out of trouble, but he's got a lot to do starting at the back today. In 13th place we have Canny, starting on the super softs. He's 11th picked up 11th last round at a rain-soaked Tokyo. Needs to be pushing for top 10s at least this season to stay away from a relegation fight. And in 14th place we have Rocker, starting on the softs, finished at the back of the grid last round after a very incident-filled race for everyone. Needs to stay out of trouble, so get some results that his pace deserves. And in 15th place, back of the grid we've got Daz, starting on the softs, grabbed 7th place last round, right on the line. Finds himself at the back today, so got a lot to do. So nearly a full grid today, 15 runners at Alsace. Let's get underway. So here we are then, second race of the season of Drsl tier 1, and we're underway, and it looks like Martin's bogged down a little bit on the line there. He's going to be under pressure from Alex going into T1. Mungino's had a clean start, Dez's had a clean start up to second. Yeah, Alex is up into third, but he's run a little bit deep into T1, and that's allowed myself through. He made contact with Drsl there. So Drsl down to 4th, Martin in 3rd, and I think we've had some action at the back. We'll take a look at that in a moment. The Flyzo in 4th now. Drsl down to 5th. There's a lot of door rubbing going on, very untidy this first lap. But Mungino out in front, myself in 2nd, under pressure from Martin in 3rd, Drsl in 4th, Alex in 5th. But yeah, let's take a look back at that start. So yeah, just taking a look back at that start, as well as Alex running deep and causing a bit of mayhem up front. I think Wilco, looking at the graphic just before we cut away, Wilco dropped right to the back of the grid. So we'll just keep an eye on this on the midfield and we'll see what happened. Looks like, I think that's Bullet getting a good start. He's right on the edge there. And yeah, you've got Kamaru, Ferdek and Mercer all bunched up into T1, and Wilco gets absolutely murdered. Sent to the sides. Canny makes his way through. I think Kamaru's the guy that had the unintentional contact with Wilco through T1. slowing down to yield that position. But yeah, all kicking off on the first turn. You see Furder getting sent a little bit wide there. Bullet yielding that position as well. Rejoin this race up the front now. So Drsl in fourth, running a little bit wide there. He makes contact with the barrier. He's going to lose a place to Alex. He's going to be under pressure from Flyzo as well. Flyzo around the outside. Drsl, he just gets the power down a bit too early, loses the back end completely. Drsl down to 9th place, down to 10th place now on the first lap. Still struggling with that rear end of this Peugeot. He's got front end damage now as well. He's got a lot to do, and there's even more chaos up ahead. We'll have a check on that as well in a second. So have a quick run through the grid, and then we'll have another look back. So we've got Mungino in first place, myself in second, Martin in third, Alex up into fourth now after Dsl's crash. We've got Mercer in fifth place, Daz in sixth, Drsl in seventh, Bullet in eighth, Canny 9th, Rocker 10th, Wilco 11th, Kamaru 12th, Flyzo 13th, Muller 14th. So let's have a little look back again. So just rejoining the action with Muller, and this is I think just before Drsl just spins up ahead now. Yeah, so Muller goes through, and by the time Drsl gets going again, he overtakes about 3 or 4 cars, and it was like Flyzo really early on the brakes there, catching Muller out completely, and Rocker spinning in front as well. I think another car getting caught up. Daz just about getting away from all that, but yeah, Muller getting really caught out there by Flyzo. Both them guys dropping to the back of the field, and Drsl after his spin dropped down to 10th. He's immediately back up to 7th place. A little bit of damage to contend with, but only light damage run in the Sunday League, so that will go, as you see now in the graphic, and get himself back up to speed before he comes under too much pressure from Bullet behind. Daz up into 6th place now. We'll start 15th on the grid. Coming towards the end of lap 1. Oh, thought he was going to lose a back end then. Just coming up to the end of lap 1. Daz in 6th place. Well, just about to lose a place to Drs there by the looks of it. Drs has got the inside of this second to last corner. Yeah, gets the move done pretty easy. Daz settles down in 7th place now. Let's take a look at the front of the grid again. 2-minute mark now, so end of lap 1 you've got Mungino in first place still, myself in second. Looks like Martin's starting to close that gap in third place now. It's extremely quick driver, recently promoted from tier 2. Very welcome addition to the drivers room, as he's getting right amongst the top drivers. And Alex in 4th place. Alex admitted already before this race a little bit under the weather, so Alex not on the best of form today, but still incredibly quick nevertheless. Mercer's doing a good job in 5th place now, just settling down. He's got a very quick driver, and Drsl approaching now as Drsl getting his head down after that early mistake. Getting back up to speed. Daz in 7th. He's got Rocker behind. Bullet in 8th, so is Rocker overtaking Bullet? I'm not sure, but yeah, Rocker in 7th, Rocker in 8th, Bullet in 9th, Wilco in 10th, Kamaru in 11th, very close pack. Canny in 12th, we're up to 13th now after the incident with Flyzo in 14th. So Mungino in the lead of this race, and yeah, Martin really close now. Don't think we've got any on boards with this car, unfortunately. We'll go on the bumper cam. Just coming up to the last part of the track there. Final 2 corners. There was a little bit of contact there as I just come back across the racing line of Martin, but yeah, nothing too sinister there. Martin up to speed. I think it's only a matter of time now. Seems to have a lot better tyre wear at this stage of the race as well. So Mungino still in first, myself in second, under a lot of pressure from Martin at the moment. And I think Dad's just been overtaken in the background there. He's just getting engulfed by this group of cars behind. Was running in 7th place now, so you got Rocker up into 7th, closely followed by Bullet. I think Wilco's going to follow through as well. He's in the slipstream, but Daz has got the inside of this long left-hander. to give Wilco the inside of his right coming up in the break. Oh, just about slowed it down, but enough to not make contact, but can't keep it on the tarmac. He runs a little bit wide, so yeah, Daz dropped me from 7th to 12th there in 2 or 3 corners. Rocker up into 7th place. And take a little bit, look, I think we missed the overtake of Martin. So Martin moving himself up into 2nd place. Let's take a quick look back. So yeah, just rejoining the race. Martin put myself under pressure now, so just come to this long downhill left-hander, and looks like I've just run a little bit wide there. Martin nips up the inside and claims 2nd place. See if he can close the gap to Mungino in front now. It does seem to have a lot of pace. Bogged down a little bit at the start and got swamped by a few drivers in T1, but see how he does in a bit of clean air now. Martin is 2nd, myself down to 3rd place, got Alex in 4th still. Mercer in 5th, Drsl in 6th. Bullet and Rocker still fighting, nearly side by side there. So Bullet's got ahead of Rocker somewhere, because I'm sure Rocker was in 7th place, struggling to keep up with his midfield battle, all kicking off all over the track, and that's Rocker and Bullet side by side. I think Rocker's got the job done there. Kamaru and Wilco very, very close behind. Any mistakes from these drivers, you're going to lose a lot of places, as Rocker's cleanly through that sections. Bullet's on a little bit on the defensive, ends up slowing down Kamaru and Wilco. Canny's closed the gap as well, so this turned into a 5-way fight now. A lot of action throughout the field. Let's see what Rocker can do in clean air, if he can break away from this group behind. So Bullet closely followed by Kamaru, closely followed by Wilco, Canny behind, and that is Miller closing the gap as well, as it looks like Daz has dropped further down the pack. Daz in 13th place now. So see what Muller can do from here. Literally got 5 cars almost nose to tail at times in front of him. Muller in 12th, Daz in 13th, Flyazo in 14th, struggling today Flyazo. So a very difficult track to get right, and yeah, quite a few drivers getting caught out. Mungino showing a lot of pace today, so is this guy behind Martin. Picked up 2nd place last round, having started near the back of the grid, and yeah, quite easily going to take the fight to the top drivers this season. So a very interesting battle, as Mercer mentioned in Discord. You got at least 5 or 6 guys fighting for race wins this season. Mungino doing enough to hold on to that 1st place. So closely followed by Martin. I don't think he's close enough to make a move into T1. It's quite a difficult track to get overtakes done on. It's usually relying on the car in front to make mistakes, run a little bit wide in the longer corners, and just getting a better line through. But there aren't that many heavy braking zones. So Martin's still in 3rd place, and I think, yeah, Muller's pitted. Maybe Muller looking to get an undercut done there, because he was coming up behind this pack, and that is Kamaru having a spin there. I don't know if that was that may well have been an unforced error, as no one's slowing down. So Kamaru back down to, as Muller makes up a place already. Kamaru down to 12th, and Wilco having just pitted as well. Right on the gearbox of Kamaru as well. Unfortunately, we've got yellow flags up ahead. Who we got there? Someone's skidding out somewhere, but anyway, Muller up into 10th place. Daz next man down the road for him. So it might have been a good tactic there for Muller, getting an undercut done on the guys battling up ahead. As you got Bullet and Rocker still close. These 2 guys have been fighting for 3 or 4 laps now. Yeah, great race so far. Let's have a quick look back at the front of the grid as Martin's still putting the pressure on Mangino. Come down to this tricky last two corners, downhill brake, and see Mangino running a little bit wide there, getting a little bit untidy. Really good tyre wear from Martin at this stage. He says on the softer compound, and this should be a move into T1 as he's side by side. He's got the inside. This should be pretty textbook. Yeah, Mangino not in a position to fight that too much, so he's just going to have to get back in the slipstream. He's got a better exit though, and the slipstream. We'll see how he does around this left-hander. So you can try and hang it round the outside to get the inside of this right-hander coming up, but you do compromise your line a little bit. But Martin doing well, holding on to first place there. So Mangino down to second place, myself still in third, Alex still in fourth, Mercer in fifth still, under pressure from Des now. So Des has really closed that gap up to Mercer. I was saying that's yeah, Drsl pitted, isn't he? So looks like I've pitted from third, Alex is pitted from fourth, Drsl pitted from what was probably fifth and now has reclaimed fifth as Mercer stayed out. Yeah, so Mercer on the older tyres there, staying out, stretching his first stint out, losing track position to Des. There's Des up into fifth in clear air now. See what he can do on the fresh rubber. Looks like Alex might be slowly closing that gap to myself in third now as well. Mangino in second. So the top two guys yet to pit. See if they come in at the end of this lap. Tyre wear, like any track, obviously tyre wear is going to affect your lap time, but there's some, it takes chunks out of your lap time on this track. You've got some really long corners that you need good grip round. So Martin goes round again. Mangino on for notice. Mangino jumping into the pits there, so we see where he feeds out. He had a good few seconds lead over myself before the pits, and that's myself sweeping through into second place, and Mangino rejoins the race in third. So it's obviously quite a powerful undercut at this track. Obviously put a reasonably good outlap in, and got the job done on Mangino. So Mangino down to third place now, and he's got Alex all over the back of him. Alex could have really done with getting the jump on him, but just wasn't close enough. So 12-minute mark now. But, yeah, Mangino in third, just about. He's got Alex all over his gearbox at the moment, and Drsl behind in fifth. So Dsl's got everyone barring Martin in his sights now. Going purple on lap 2 as well. So Drsl got a lot of pace, and just not even at the halfway mark yet. We'll see what he can do from fifth. Mercer doing well in sixth still. Muller in seventh. So yeah, so that undercut. So all these guys at the back have pitted as well. It looks like Muller's got the undercut done on 4 or 5 cars there. So yeah, Rocker in 8th, Wilco in 9th. Looks like Bullets dropped back a little bit in 10th. Got Daz in 11th. So yeah, that early pit stop from Muller's paid off massively, and he's cleared about 5 cars. Just needs a good stint and manage the tyres a little bit. So yeah, see if he can start closing the gap to Mercer up ahead, who's yet to pit. And see if Mercer's going to try to stretch this out to the 15-minute mark and do a one-stop. We'll see how that pans out. Back with our leader now, Martin, just crossing the line again. So it's definitely good going for the one-stop today by the looks of it. Myself in second, losing all sorts of time and losing 2 places. Let's take a little look back. So just rejoining the race a little bit further back, as you see Mangino and Alex really closed the gap to myself. I haven't managed to get away at all. Everyone on fresh rubber now, but it's coming through the last section of track. Just a little bit too much curve there. Oh, I just clipped the barrier on the way out, and Mungino misses by inches there. Just about gets through. That would have really compromised him, but yeah, just about gets through. Stays ahead of Alex into T1 as well, so that's myself down to 4th place there after yeah, just completely bottling out at the last turn and making contact with that barrier. Nearly collecting Mungino as well, but settling down into 4th now. Got a very, very fast approach and Drsl behind as well. So Drsl going purple last lap as well. 51.9, outstanding pace there from Des. Shame he had that early incident. Would have been easily been at the front of this pack at least. Going purple again, so really closing that gap to myself in 4th now. Probably a matter of time before he gets that move done as well. So we've got myself in 4th, Drsl in 5th. Just coming up to getting close to the halfway point now, and see Mungino ahead, still maintaining that gap to Alex as we come around this long right hand. This is one of the corners I was struggling with all weekend, and taking far too much at the inside there, and Drsl sweeping through. Losing no time at all there as well, just getting a place made up. So Drsl up into 4th place now, himself down to 5th after another unforced error. Mungino still doing enough to hold off Alex in 2nd place to rejoin the lead, and now just coming through the last 2 corners. Still yet to pit. Really good first stint from Martin. He's put himself in a great position to take the race win today. See if he just peels off into the pits yet. So Martin in the pits now on just past the 15-minute mark. He's got Mungino coming through to take the lead of this race temporarily. Have all these guys top 4 having to pit again, I'd imagine. Alex in 2nd, Drsl in 3rd, myself in 4th, Martin rejoining the race in 5th place. And Mercer diving into the pits as well, so Muller's making up a place there, moves himself up into 6th. So yeah, that say early undercut from Muller really putting himself in a good position as well now. It's up to 6th place, he's got clear air. Get some good laps in and before his last pit stop. So Martin in 5th place now. So Drsl the man on the charge at the moment, and he's already closed that gap up to Alex. And yeah, putting him under pressure. So Alex running a little bit wide out of that right hand, and Des makes up another place there. He's storming through the pack at the moment, moves himself up in the 2nd place. Mungino, next man down the road, and yeah, got a lot of pace today, Drsl. Tyre wear looking good amongst car at the moment. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that gap as well. So Alex down to 3rd place now, myself in 4th. We'll have Martin closing the gap as well by the looks of it. So Martin in 5th place at the moment, Muller in 6th and clear air. Got Rocker up to 7th now. Bullet in 8th, Mercer in 9th. Kamaru in 10th. Daz in 11th. Canny still closely followed by Flyzo at the moment in 13th. Will go down in 14th. Rejoin the race leader into lap 9. 1:53.8 and a 1:53.3 from Des, so half a second gained on that lap. And that's myself and Alex getting really close together in T1 there. There's a little bit of contact, and just let Alex have the keep the position. I just got caught out a little bit on the inside of that corner, but myself still in 4th. This means Martin's closing the gap even more. I think Alex really struggling with that tyre wear at the moment. Alex doing enough at the moment to hold on to that 3rd place. Getting close to that 20-minute mark, so these the top 4 guys will be pitting again. wasn't going to get caught out a little bit there again on under braking, and this might give Martin a look on the inside. No, Martin's slotting back into 5th place there. Alex getting a little bit untidy. It looks like I've run a little bit wide in this right-hander. Martin's taking the invitation, gone straight up the inside. And see what you can do with Alex up ahead now. It's Martin making up a place there to 4th. Alex still in 3rd at the moment. You see that back end just stepping out a little bit round the hairpin. Himself down to 5th. Martin running a little bit wide there, getting the power down out of that corner, but see the back end stepping out again there for Alex. And dives into the pits there, Alex. So Alex pitting from 3rd. This frees up Martin clear here now in moving up to 3rd place. Myself up to 4th place now, staying out for another lap. Looks like the top 2 guys have stayed out also. You've got Muller pitting from what was 6th place, I think. Yeah, so Alex rejoining in 5th place. See Rocker jumping into the pits, so Muller should rejoin the race. No, we've got Bullet coming through, moving up into 6th place, and Mercer up into 7th. So would that be Muller into 8th? So I think he's comfortably in 8th position at the moment. Mercer and Bullet do have to stop again. So Alex rejoining the race in 5th. We'll see how that undercut plays out with myself in 4th. Was a few seconds behind Alex before that pit stop. Could have done with staying in touch with Martin at this stage of the race and picking up a bit of a slipstream, but incredible tyre wear on the front left, my front left at the moment. Struggling, especially around this long right-hander. Managing not to bin it this time, but hold on to 4th at the moment. Alex back out on fresh tyres in 5th place, rejoin the leader. Mangino's still doing enough to hold Drsl at bay. Drsl has really closed that gap now. And what's the fuel levels like? So Mangino's got a bit looking better on the fuel. That may be critical with their pit stop times, but we'll see how that goes. As Mangino running deep into the second to last corner, still holding on to 1st place. I imagine both of these guys are going to peel off into the pits, but no, Mangino going round again, and Drsl pitting. And Martin moving up into 2nd place now, should be comfortably 2nd. Yeah, Martin in a really good position at the moment. Got himself pitting from 3rd, and we'll see where Alex, who pitted a lap earlier, has come out right behind Drsl and nearly gets caught out and ends up taking evasive action off track. And really compromise his exit from T1, but he's got a comfortable gap ahead of myself in 5th anyway, so he's just got to get his head down and try and stay in touch with Drsl now, who will be looking to get the undercut done on Mangino. See, Martin shouldn't have to stop again. 8 minutes of this race to go now. A really good one-stop strategy, good consistent pace from Martin's putting in a really good position. It's Mangino in 1st place at the moment. Got to do enough to fight off the charge of Drsl. So 1:55 last lap for Mung and 1:52.2 personal best from Martin last lap. Shows you the difference in the. I was talking about with the tyre wear and how important it is around this track. I think Martin's biding his time now. He doesn't need to do anything too silly, but basically has almost a pit stop advantage over the field at the moment, as long as he can manage those tyres until the end. This race is his to lose at the moment. So Mangino come round the last couple of corners again. It's fuel critical now here, so I imagine he's going to peel into the pits this lap. And he does. So Martin takes the lead of this race, 23-minute mark. Is to lose from here. As we go back down the field, we'll check on where Drsl is, who's right behind Mangino before he pitted a lap earlier, had less fuel, Yeah, undercut's done. Drsl up into second place. Mangino feeds back out into third, closely followed by Alex. So Alex up to speed now, a little bit tyre wear kicking in already though. Still 7 minutes of this race to go. Myself in 5th, clean air front and back. Muller in 6th now after all the pits. So Mercer still yet to pit by the looks of it. Was he making that? He's going to try and get those tyres to the end maybe, we'll see. He will come under pressure from Rocker though by the looks of it. Rocker's still ahead of Bullet in this battle for 8th and 9th. Kamaru still in the last of the top 10 positions. Flyazo ahead of Canny. I think the overtake was just done there, I don't know, we'll see. Canny looks to fight back straight away, gets the inside of this long left. And nearly contact there, but pretty neat and tidy. Canny runs a little bit wide, Flyazo gets back ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to. Canny loses it, just about keeps it out of the wall. There's a good little battle between those two for a while, but Canny losing out there. And losing a couple of places. So I was trying to pick up Daz. Daz passes as well, moves himself up into 12th place. Canny in 13th. Wilco down in 14th. 5 minutes of this race to go now. We've got Martin in 1st place comfortably. Got a good gap over the rest of the field. Just needs to keep it neat and tidy. Look after the tyres until the end of the race. Drsl in 2nd after a really good charge on that 2nd stint. Moving his way through the field, gets himself back up to 2nd place. Don't think there's enough time left now to trouble Martin. I think they've got a similar pace at this stage of the race anyway. Mangino in 3rd place, still got Drsl in his sights. Alex a second or two down the road as well. Still got a sniffle of a podium. And myself in 5th, just dropping back off the top guys a little bit now. Got Muller closing behind, but again I don't think there's enough time left in this race for Muller to do anything. So he should be safe from Mercer behind, who's going to start struggling with that tyre wear soon. He's going to come under pressure from Rocker. And Bullet's still close behind as well. Kamaru's still in 10th. He's got a fair gap between Bullet and Kamaru at the moment. Flyazo a little bit quicker than Kamaru at this stage of the race, I think, but still a comfortable gap back. Daz in 12th, looks like Canny's closed the gap back to Daz already. Try and reclaim a place back this stage of the race. I think Daz just pulled over there. Daz really struggling around now Sass this weekend. As personally speaking, I think it's a good track, but I hate it, I don't like it. It ranks up there with all Topolis for me is my least favourite tracks. Very hard to get right. Very rewarding when you do get it right though, I must admit, like any like when you set any sort of good lap time, but yeah, not one of my favourites. Closest guys on track at the moment will be this group of 3, as it looks like Bullet's closed up behind Rocker as well. Rocker just biding his time, waiting for a good opportunity to pass Mercer. So quite a 2-minute lap. It is a long track, nearly a 2-minute lap in a Group 3 car. But there isn't that many genuinely good overtaking opportunities without compromising the other driver or yourself. As Rocker has a little nibble into the last set of corners. So I think it's only a matter of time now. Bullet tyre wear kicking in for Rocker as well, but yeah, looks like he's alongside it. The T1 is going to be a pretty comfortable move. Will Bullet be able to do anything from 9th place? So there's not a lot you can do with massive tyre wear. Really hard to defend. You get yourself offline on this track and you just lose chunks of time. See Mercer going a little bit wide there as he just defending the inside of this next corner. And it runs wide out of the next section, so that's Bullet up into 8th place, Mercer falling down to 9th now. The next man down the road is Kamaru, 154s for Kamaru, 155 for Mercer. I don't think he's got enough time to close that gap, but we'll see. 28 minutes now. You see the gap back to Kamaru in 10th. I think Kamaru's just opened that gap up to Flyzo a little bit again, just to establish his track position. Come around a long right-hander again. So Mercer just about staying in touch with these two guys at the moment. He just puts a couple of wheels on the grass and loses the back end completely. That's that'll be Kamaru through for sure. And I imagine Flyzo as well at a fast section of the track. And, yeah, lost buckets of time there. You see Flyzo fastly approaching as well. It's a shame for Mercer. Glad to see the back of this one. Yeah, he runs wide through the hairpin. You see Flyzo just slotting through up into 10th place, losing a couple of places there. With less than a minute to go. And Canny in 12th, Desmond 13th, Wilco in 14th. Rejoin the leader now. No, we won't. We will go back to this fight because I think, yeah, Bullet's ahead of Rocker somewhere. Let's take a look back. Yeah, just back around the 28-minute mark. See Rocker just coming around his long right-hander. Seems all pretty neat and tidy at the moment. But yeah, these two guys have been fighting all race long, pretty much. Seems we've just missed an overtake from Bullet. So they come around the hairpin. Sharp left-hander. It's a very easy corner to run wide at, which Rocker does exactly that, and Bullet sweeps through. Yeah, left-hand is very easy to get caught out at, but yeah, good drive from these two guys. Never all the same. So Rocker, oh my gosh. Rejoin the action a little bit further back. Rocker and Bullet have been fighting pretty much all race long. They just come round the hairpin, all neat and tidy so far. Slightly better tyre wear on Bullet's car. Is that Rocker running a little bit wide through the left-hander? Yeah, so yeah, Bullet just sweeping through into 7th place. So these guys have been fighting all race long. I think Bullet might well be in a position now just to stay ahead, as say tyre wear's pretty crucial. So Bullet up in 7th place, Rocker down to 8th, Kamaru 9th, Flyzo in 10th, Mercer down to 11th. So Mercer's had an incident somewhere as well, he's fallen right back down. So Mercer in 11th place now as Kamaru and Flyzo make up places. Canny in 12th, Daz in 13th, and Wilco in 14th. So just 30 seconds of this race left now. Halfway through lap 16, Martin clearly ahead. We'll have a quick look at the deltas. A 7-second lead over Drsl. Pretty comfortable, pretty comfortable race win in the end. I say, but 7 seconds. Drsl lost a lot more than 7 seconds with the mistakes he made early on. So it would have been an interesting fight and play out on strategies, but. So Drsl in 2nd, definitely bodes well going forward in this season. Got some very competitive drivers throughout the field now. So Drsl in 2nd, Mangino in 3rd, Alex in 4th. As we'll just catch race winner Martin B. Congratulations, convincing win, taking the checkered flag for his first Tier 1 win. Drsl crossing the line, not far behind, 2nd place. Good result from Des. Mangino in 3rd, last podium position. Alex in 4th. Customary spin across the line, and myself holding on to 5th now. You see Muller really did close that gap towards the end of that race, and yeah, just getting caught up in early incidents again from Muller, but picks up 6th place nevertheless. Yeah, Bullet doing enough to hold off Rocker to the end of the race by the looks of it, picking up 7th place, Rocker in 8th place, Kamaru in 9th, Flyzo picking up the last top 10 position, Mercer in 11th in the end, Canny in 12th, Daz in 13th, Wilco in 14th, having crossed the line a lap later. But yeah, That was round 2 of season 2 Drsl. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.